and welcome to video 2 of the training series following on from the production Skillshare. Today we are going to be carrying on with the second exercise, which I wrongfully said in the last video was to do with selection, to do with a ProsArch. It is in fact to do with AutoCAD selection, and there are two types. So let's jump right into it. If we open up the second exercise, we will be faced with a window looking like so. Two very simple exercises, because in theory selection within AutoCAD is very simple. There are two types. There is the green, two types as I like to think of it. There is the green, there is the blue. So if I click once and release and drag to the left, I get a green box. Now I'm not doing anything, I'm not holding down the mouse button. If I drag to the right, I get blue, and they do two very different things. If I do green, if I cross a piece of geometry at any point, it will highlight. You can kind of see in the video. Let me just zoom in a little bit and get that in a bit more detail. So if I click and hover over, you can see that the perimeter of the geometry is highlighting to indicate that this will be selected when I click. So if I follow through and click again, I've now selected that geometry. However, I'm going to go to the left of the object now because I want a blue box. If I use the blue box, even though I've done the same amount of motion over the geometry, it does not select. What I actually have to do with the blue is encompass all of the geometry within the blue box to actually select it. So if I click now it will select. If I do that again, but only do half and click again, I cannot select. This is really powerful when you're trying to isolate objects within other objects. Some of you may notice in the more recent versions of CAD, and I can't quite remember the year that this happened, if you click and hold, you will start drawing wiggly, wonderful shapes. This is Lasso, very similar to Photoshop. AutoCAD integrated it. This works on the green and the blue. So if I click and hold, I get green. If I click and hold to the right, I get green. There is no blue. Oh, there we go. There's a blue version. If I click and go to the, if I start left and go right, I get green. If I start right and go left, I get blue. Same principle as the green and blue. What I'm going to do, I'm going to select the geometry by using the green in this case. So I'm just going to cross across. Right click on my mouse. And down here, I get some quick options. Erase, move, copy selection. Now in this case, we want to move the geometry into the box, and that's what the exercise said at the top, which I've slightly glossed over, so apologies for that. I'm going to click move. The next question AutoCAD will always ask, where do you want me to move from? What do you want me to move? Selection. What do you want me to do? Where do you want me to move from? So I'm just going to hover around the circle. Now I could click anywhere, but CAD is a precision software, so we want to use a data point, an object snap, as they're called. If I hover over geometry, this circle gives me 4 points. These are called quadrant object snaps. Or if I hover around the edge, you can see it's showing a little cross in the center of the circle, the geometric center or center of the circle. So I'm going to use that because I like my OCD's kicking in. And then as I move, interesting, I can only move at 90-degree intervals. This is because I have something called ortho mode on. So down on this bottom ribbon, bottom part of the ribbon, I call it the ribbon, second ribbon, bottom ribbon, whatever you want to call it, there's a little 90-degree orthogonal symbol. If I toggle that off, I now have freedom of movement. That can also be toggled on and off using F8. So as I click F8, you can see in my command line down at the bottom here, ortho on, ortho off. Ortho off means I have freedom of movement. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to drag my mouse cursor across, hover around the box. Now again, geometric center is showing up on the box, so I'm just going to click to confirm and complete. Now the crucial thing is to make sure that you click on the object snap and not just around it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use Control Z, and I'm going to highlight the circle. Right click, move, hover around. I'm going to use the center again. Now even though, ortho mode on again, so I'm going to turn that off. Now by default, when you finish a command, if you turn off ortho mode in the command, it will turn it back on or off when you end the command. Hopefully that makes sense. If I hover here, even though I can see the geometric center going green, make sure it's green when you click. Because if I click now, even though you can just see the square, it's not actually going to clip to it. So make sure you're green. Green is good. Green equals click. What happens if you don't get those green object snaps? Well, that might mean that you're on a fresh install, or maybe you've not turned those particular features on. What we need to do is go down to, again, what I call the bottom ribbon. Have a look along, and you'll find a square with a little square in the corner. Now, awkwardly, I'm blocking it, so I'm going to switch scenes. So down here, we've got a little cursor box. If I right click, or indeed click on the little arrow, what I want to do is turn on everything but the last four. This is personal preference. You can choose what you want to turn on. Have a explore. Certainly endpoint, midpoint, center, and geometric center want to be on. Whether you choose anything beyond that is up to you, and I think you use them by use case, whether you think you're going to use them, or use by use cases. Extension's quite useful, depending on how you decide to draw, and quadrant certainly for circles. So we've put the circle in the box. Now, second part of this exercise is to use the lasso and put the other circle in the box. So what I'm going to do, click and hold. I'm going to use a blue, fully encompassed, right click, move. Now, it's worth noting at this point that's not the only way to move an object, it's just the way that I've chosen to move the object. I can use the ribbon at the top, and that's got all the move, rotate, copy, and all those kind of things up there. I prefer to right click move, or you can type move. Absolutely up to you. Okay. Basic selection. Green, partial, blue, fully encompass. So remembering that, what we can do, put all the circles inside the square but don't move the lines. Instantly, if we know that blue will only do it if it encompasses, if we click somewhere sensible like here, I can use a blue and select those circles really easily. Yeah, bit of thought, but what happens if I do this? Well, we notice at this point, if we made a mistake or we want to get out of something, the escape key is a fantastic key to press. What we can also do, if I use the blue, just happened to go that way because where my mouse cursor was, if I hold down shift, I still get green and blue, but what I can do is highlight a series of options and actually deselect them. So shift and click equals a deselection. So let's go through that once more. If I go green, select everything, holding down shift, I'm going to deselect the lines and the arrow because I accidentally selected that. I'm going to right click, move. Where would you like me to move from? In this case, I'm going to use this nice bit of end point on this line, and I'm going to take it to the corner. Simple as that, really. So the key thing to remember in all of this, if you click and hold, you'll get lasso. If you go to the left, you get green, which means you only have to partially get a bit of geometry. If you go to the right, you need to fully encompass the geometry. Hopefully that's really clear, and that's as simple as this exercise is. It's purely to show you the difference between green and blue. One thing to note, lasso is an option. You can turn it off. If you go into options, you can turn the lasso feature off, but I'd recommend, since it's a default set on, get used to it. I don't personally use it that much, but there's that maybe 1 in 100 times when it's actually really powerful and really useful to have. Anyway, thank you for joining me on this video. We'll catch you on the next one.